Mr. Alcocer, same question.
I believe the question was, how do we reinstate funding? And I think each gentleman touched on some really key issues. But the truth of the matter is that's the Republican-controlled House. So we have to work twice as hard. What happens is when budgets are set, when funding is allocated, who's at the table? It's legislators, insurance companies, medical providers. The conversation has to start with the end user. The advocacy groups, the children who lost their funding this past session, their providers, their parents, the individuals who this directly affects needs to be in the conversation when we get this back on track. Too many times individuals who don't know better are at the table making budget amendments, setting line items. And that's where we have this shortfall. To be more clear, it was $350 million that was cut this past session. It's going to defund about 60,000 special needs kids, kids with tracheotomies, kids with feeding tubes. The bad part about it is funding hasn't been increased and it got cut. What do they do to deserve this? Absolutely nothing. But to combat it, the conversation has to start with the end user in mind and with the end user at the table. When we set budget and discuss line items, everyone has to be part of it. Thank you.
Okay. Our third question of the evening. The Texas legislature recently ended the diversion of tax revenues that had been intended for transportation. So that raised funds for improving roads by several $billion. However, TxDOT has indicated that several billion more dollars in investments is needed just to maintain the state's current infrastructure, much less provide for the explosive growth that is seen in San Antonio and in other places. So, if you're elected to the legislature, what funding mechanisms would you propose to create a long-term source of necessary revenue that would expand and improve our roads and our transportation system? We'll start here with Mr. Odessa.
There are a lot of taxes that are received annually throughout different ways, through our sales taxes, through our lottery tax, lottery sales that are brought in. So the funding is already there. It's just a matter of how the money is spread out. If you